Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 17 of Techopolis, which is also going to be the final episode of this pack, because in today's episode, we're going to automate final technium ingots. In this resource combiner, I have everything but the liquid prepared for making final technium ingots, and we require all of the previous tiers of technium plates, and the liquid is molten technium, which you can get by melting in a magma crucible any sort of technium ingot. And depending on which tier you melt, you get the appropriate amount of molten technium. For example, you get 10 millibuckets for the basic technium, and then for example, for the end technium, you get 60 millibuckets. And we need a whopping 1,000 for each final technium ingot and 2 of each of the plates, plus 10,000 Fe per tech, which is going to be possibly increased with this as well. So that's going to be a little bit insane on the power. But let's try and see. We're going to grab a magma crucible just for the moment, right? And we're going to place it right here. And we're going to set an output on the back. And we'll do auto output enabled. And then we're going to grab ourselves a stack of these and complete the quest while we're at it. And we can toss them in here with a flux point, right here, for example. And this should start melting. And we can also add some augments. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this should melt fairly quickly. And we should be making, I think, are we not? This is inputting, it is inputting molten technium. This is paused by redstone because I have the level emitter in the back. So let's turn this off. And we should be getting technium ingots, right? 25,000 Fe per tech, because of the end technium ingot in here. But we have a final technium ingot. Awesome. We can toss it in here. We're not gonna make, I don't think can you make final technium plates? You can make final technium plates, which have no use. So generally we don't need this. Okay, we can just put the resource combiner in the middle and the technium down below. Or we could make the plates as well, but I don't think it's really necessary. Now, yeah, we're just gonna move it, I think, or do we keep it the same so every room is the same, or every side is the same? I don't know, we'll see. Maybe, you know what we'll do? I have an idea. We'll make one plate in the slowest thing ever, and we'll input a plate, quantify it, and that's it. We're just gonna have one plate. So that's gonna be it. So the stack of end technium produced ourselves 3 final technium ingots. Right? We can even smelt this back to an ingot if we wanted to. But with these, if we go into the quest here, we can make a whole bunch of stuff, right? The first thing that I would really want is the creative energy cell, because we're going to be running out of power. So we need a total of 8 of these and then a nitro reactor, which I think we can get. So if we manage to get 3 with a stack, so that's 3 stacks going to make 9 total. So let's melt these. We want, yeah, I'll get a barrel, which we can toss here on the side, like so. And we can put it in here, auto input. I don't know if I really want to fully automate this eventually. I mean, it's just going to take a bunch of time because this is fairly slow and we start running out of stuff eventually in the technium chain. We basically run out of bronze, I think, at some point, and these are really slow, but the rest kind of kept up, I think, so far. So let's set up the controller here in the back to just transfer it out. So let's get a item channel right here. We're gonna extract and we're gonna insert it in the barrel. So we should be seeing technium ingots in here. Awesome. So we have 8 total. And if we get a reactor for nitro, we should be able to get ourselves the creative capacitor. So I just need to do a bunch of crafting. And conveniently, I have all of the crafting recipes for all of the capacitors here. The reactor basic, reactor hardened, reactor blazing, reactor niotic, reactor spirited, and we don't have the nitro capacitors because we don't have the nitro crystals, which I remembered that I said in the last episode that I was going to automate this, but we can do it today. And as you can see, everything is kind of closed off over here. Over here, it's not yet because I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with this side of the room. If I'm just going to copy that and just close it off, just so it's closed off. But I also, while I get distracted by things that I've done, closed off this. So everything is nice and neatly encompassed, so you don't really see the void anywhere. And it's kind of a nice enclosed base. So that's pretty cool. So over here, I have prepared the energizing for whatever we need for the nitro crystal, which actually is going to be more than just one resource. So we can grab ourselves another drawer, not this one. We're going to grab this 4x4 or 2x2 drawer, and we're going to lock it, quantify it, and then we need nether stars and redstone, and then blocks of blazing crystal, these guys. So we're going to go add an exporter here on top, right down below here. And then on the export bus, we need a few upgrades. We need just one capacity card. We're going to do round robin and then bam, 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 export this. And then we're going to do nether stars here, redstone blocks here, blocks of blazing crystal right over here. In the back here, we need a controller with a flux point, and we can configure everything. We basically need to extract out of the 2x2 drawer, and we're going to disable processing for the moment, and we need to insert here, and we're going to say max amount in destination inventory is going to be 1, and I need to grab one of each of those so we can filter, because we need 3 different extracts over here. The first item that we need is just a singular nether star, so that should be that. And then on the second one, we're going to set an extract for also not processing for redstone blocks, and those we need 2 of, so we need an insert with 2. And then on the third one, we're going to get another item channel and disable processing again, and we're going to extract, insert, and we're going to insert just one blazing crystal, and we're setting it on the extract like so. So that should be all good. And if we grab processing, 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 we should be seeing this doing its thing. You have another star, you have a redstone block, you don't have the blazing crystal. Oh yeah, I have to specify on the insert. Of course I do. Nether star, redstone block, and then this. I totally forgot. I set this up a couple episodes ago and I totally forgot, but yeah, now it works. Okay. And this takes a whole lot of power. This will take a moment. In the meantime, while we wait, we're going to get a creative controller for refined storage, and there isn't a creative item for applied energistics. I mean, you kind of get unlimited power with the energy cell, which in turn is unlimited power for either the refined storage or the applied energistic system. So just because the quest book wants it, we're going to get the creative controller from refined storage, for which we need a controller, for which we need a casing, and then we're going to have to make the processors, which is, right, it's engineering circuits and quartz enriched iron. Can I sneakily make it where I'm making my processors? This guy. I can probably put that in and then remove the processors. That should probably work. If I grab a stack of this and we put it in here, if I remove this, it's going to get immediately replaced with redstone dust. Can I be quick enough? Definitely not. Okay, so that's not going to work. So let's get an inscriber, and we can just do this manually. And we just need refined storage power, which should be back here. Pickaxe, way too fast. I'll fix this off camera. There we go. Here is our advanced processor, which we can now turn into a controller, like so. And with a bit of final technium, we can make a creative controller, which we will toss in the system and never touch again. Our nitro crystals have finished, so we're gonna toss these in here, and we can configure this machine till the end. Firstly though, let's grab a couple of them. Actually, we can just toss a storage bus on this cable and we should be able to see them in the applied energistic system. So we can actually craft the reactor that we need. We are gonna make 4 nitro capacitors. There we go. And then we're gonna make ourselves the reactor nitro. And we can get ourselves the energy cell creative. Nice. So this guy needs to go somewhere where it's going to give us some power. And I really have no place to specifically put it. So we're going to toss it right here. And we're going to grab a flux plug, which we're going to toss on top. So let's break into here. We're going to remove this lamp and put the flux plug right here. And we're going to set priority 100. And we're draining 50,000-ish RF per tick now. Awesome. So power problems deleted. The next upgrade is going to be to our solar panel. And we're just going to make one of these because it's for the quest. We don't really need to have a faster solar panel because we're not really using power from solar panels anymore because we have the creative energy cell thingy. And now all I really need to make is the creative ability, creative defense, creative upgrade, and creative soul slots, which all will require a bit of technium. So I have tossed a bunch of nether technium ingots here to get melted. So it's getting us more final technium. So let's see where we can get the creative ability slot, the creative soul slot, the creative upgrade slot, and the last one requires more work because we need to make end crystal chest plates in the smithing table, and 8 of those to be exact, because then we turn them into a creative defense slot. And if we look in here, it's basically the entire final technium chapter completed. The only thing that's left over now is challenges and also refined storage. But we're not really going to talk about this. It's a thing that we didn't use. We could complete it just for completionist's sake, but I can just do that off camera and it doesn't make a difference. So we're not going to worry about it. Pretend it's green. Anyway, for the challenges, we have pretty much everything but a stack of final technium ingots and also 4 quantum entangled singularities. To make the singularities, we need to use the matter condenser with a 64K ME storage component to condense just random items into singularities, and we can do, for example, cobblestone that we have in the system, or also something else. So we can do something like this. We're going to put 3 exporters on it, and each exporter is going to get acceleration cards, and then, for example, cobblestone we can do for 1, and then we're going to also do just regular old stone, I think. Well, actually, we're using a bunch of those. You know what we're going to do, actually, instead of cobble? You know this skystone that we didn't use at all? We're just going to do this. I don't know why I grabbed 3. I can filter on each one with 1 item. But we're going to do this. Acceleration cards. Like so. And that should do its thing, right? Yep. It's going up. And all we have to do is wait for 256,000 of these. We're going to get 1 singularity. And then I believe to make the quantum entangled singularity, I have to drop 1 singularity, 1 ender dust, and cause an explosion within the range of the items to get them to blow up into quantum entangled singularities. And I'm thinking possibly a faster way to do this is going to be to take the drawer specifically here, and we're going to bring it all the way up top and set up kind of like the same thing that we had way back in the beginning of the base for making basic technium ingots, where we had multiple inserts into the matter condenser, or into the resource combiner then, but we're gonna just put a bunch of extracts with the logistical transporter with the latest up, or the maximum upgraded one. So let me just set it up and you will see what I'm talking about. Something that basically looks like this. We have, I think, possibly faster, or it might be even slower. I think before it was going faster than this with the export buses. Well, we have this now, and it has 300,000 items, so that's only going to be enough for 1. In the meantime, we have to work towards getting a stack of technium ingots or final technium ingots, so we're just going to grab all the ingots that we have currently being made. Possibly everything but the basic ones, because that's going to be like 1 or 2 ingots. Well, I guess any ingot helps. So we're going to do that. We're going to toss everything in here and see how many final technium ingots we end up with. So all of those ingots that we melted were enough for 28 or 29, if I turn this back into an ingot, total of final technium. And we basically just have to wait for this to finish. So all in all, I just have to wait. Or we could set up like faster bronze production or whatever, but everything is automated. So long as I wait, possibly overnight, this is gonna get done. We're gonna get enough technium ingots for us to finish off the stack of technium. So I think that is gonna be it. We're just gonna wait and see while these quantum singularities also get made as well. I said I was gonna wait overnight, but I actually didn't have to. I just went outside to play some basketball for like an hour, and I came back to enough technium ingots and technium plates, which I smelted back into ingots, melted back into molten technium, and it has created us 67 final technium ingots. So if we grab this, we should have the quest book almost completed. In the meantime as well, these singularities have finished, so we can grab 2 of these. And then do we have the tiny TNT from, we do. Okay, cool. So we can grab a little bit of this. I think this breaks very little blocks. So we're just gonna grab a little bit of, let's say, obsidian. I'm gonna grab like half a stack of it. And we're gonna place like a little 3x3 of obsidian. We then need to remove our armor, so we're not magnetic. We can place this down, grab a flint and steel, which we should have somewhere in here, if not in the system. I can. Awesome. Oh, ender dust. Of course, we should have... I don't know if this will work, or if we need the dust from applied energistics. So let's try this and see. Nope. Okay, we need the ender dust from applied energistics. How do we get that? Ender dust in a crusher from mechanism. That's doable. If we toss 2 ender pearls into the crusher, it will very slowly. Do we have any upgrades for this? I don't think I made patterns for these, but I'm sure I can craft them. 8 speed, 8 energy. There we go. This is now finished. Dust. Huzzah, ender dust, applied energistics. That should work now. As you can see, I've also cleaned up here the middle part, besides this inscriber that we used. But basically, everything in here is super clean now. We can also put this back on for the moment. And I moved the machines just here in the corner, so they're kind of like hidden away. So now we can actually head up top again and see about getting these quantum singularities to actually finish off the pack. TNT, ender dust, singularity, singularity, flint and steel. Yay, it worked. Nice. Quest completed. I don't get the super duper noises on this page because I didn't make the best reactor yet. All I had to do was a little bit of waiting for more nitro crystals, and if we craft our last craft of the reactor, we should get super duper loud noises and complete the entire pack. And this brings us to the end of our Techopolis journey. I am really hoping that you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to drop a like and a subscription. It really does help me out. And if you want to be a mega supporter, please go to my Patreon down in the description and support me there. And if you do so, the perfect timing would be right now, because very shortly I will be starting a new pack, and that will be posted on a server, so you can join me there if you support me on Patreon. So please go check that out in the description down below. So again, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm hoping you enjoyed it, and I will see you all very soon in the next video, whatever that may be. Okay, bye.